This is D'Lo Brown. You better recognize this. The only podcast I pay attention to is the Ministry of Wrestling. Believe it.
How you doing, guys? It's 1/5 of them boys. Me, the one AJ, representing the Ministry of Wrestling. So you know what that means? We're here. And why are we here? We are here to talk for the love of wrestling 2026. That's correct, guys. Last year was absolutely amazing. I attended for the first time in 2024. Had the time of my life. Had to call in my tag team partner, my boy Double V, Nico Luro. We went down there last year and we had a blast, and we will be back again this year. Now, before I get into what this year has in store, I have to mention some of the highlights that happened last year. We saw the icon, the legend, the undefeated in AEW man himself, the icon that is Sting. Yes, that's right, guys. And what makes this moment ever so special is you may see Sting in 2026. Sting had said the face paint retires in 2025. So that was one of the very last times we could ever see Sting in the face paint. So I'm extremely honored, humbled, and grateful too, for the love of wrestling, for the opportunity to have met him. Great moment. Very brief because he was a busy man, but ever so grateful and amazing. Now, back in the day, being a kid of the 80s, raised in the 90s, the APA were a thing that had to be seen. I'm an Attitude Era, Monday Night Wars kid. That was my era. So how great was it to be able to knock the door and attend the APA office? Well, I can tell you what makes that better. Being made the new or honorary APA by Farouk and Bradshaw themselves. That's right. You see it there, guys. The boys themselves, AJ and Nico, were dubbed the new APA by Ron Simmons, aka Farouk. So that was absolutely amazing. And keeping it Ron Simmons, aka Farouk, this was the absolute. I mean, Sting, hands down, is a great moment. But one of the greatest panels that I saw that weekend, I was going to say that week. Hey, I'm still talking about it today. So that's how great it was. But one of the greatest panels was the Nation of Domination. They were absolutely amazing. You could see the Godfather in his Papa Shango attire, which was something I'd seen for the first time ever, but that was absolutely great. But guys, what was also great in that is previously, as you can see by that video, I have had the honor of meeting D'Lo Brown. I was able to play Ministry Bingo, Nation of Domination Bingo, and was able to meet every member of the Nation bar two. Obviously, one RIP and the other one Major Hollywood star, and is the final boss. So when I tick that, I will have really done the finals of final bosses there. But no, absolutely great. Now, guys, that was 2025. Let's bring it to 2026 for the love of wrestling. Here's a poster here to give you a good feel of some of the people, if not everybody, that will be in attendance. It is going to be absolutely amazing and buzzed. It's going to be absolutely amazing, and I am buzzed. Right, guys. So for the love of weekend, to some people, it's a Saturday, Sunday show. It actually kicks off on the Friday night. Now, due to reasons beyond for the love of wrestling's control, Eric Bischoff is not able to attend. But unfortunately, as I said, Easy E can't attend. So what have they done? They found a replacement. And what did they do? They went to all extremes to find a follow-up. And that is right, ladies and gentlemen, we have an extreme evening with man himself, Rob Van Dam, will be given a sit-down, warm-up interview that just gives everyone something. These For the Love of Wrestling shows are amazing. These intimate evenings with the fans out there checking it out. 2 years ago, I was able to see the one and only Sean Mortman, aka X-Pac, aka Six, aka 123 Kid. Loved it. This is what actually made me want to go to For the Love of Wrestling and meeting the chance to meet X-Pac. Last year was ever so amazing meeting the narcissist himself, Mr. Wolfpack, Mr. Four Horsemen, Sting's best friend, Lex Luger. That was amazing and so touching and heartwarming. As many of you know, Lex has had a very strong battle, and thanks to some DDP yoga, some great stuff are happening there. But interacting with Lex, who was such a great guy, really great. But I am so excited at the prospect of hearing what Rob Van Dam has to say. You know, Rob has entertained me over the years through many promotions, be it ECW, be it WWE, be it TNA. He's absolutely been amazing. So being able to hear those stories from the past and what he's up to now, and just a man who's always seemed so chill and so great. I always remember the first show I went to was a WWE show many years ago, and Rob was on the card. And myself and my younger brother were outside the car park with a load of other fans, just trying to see if we can meet a fan, a superstar, you know, being all these fans. And Rob came out. He was Mr. Money in the Bank at the time, and he came out and he gave a little something. I must admit I didn't hear, and he just had us all giving it the Rob Van Dam at the end. So a chance to see Rob and share that moment with him in person would be absolutely great. But the night does not end there, guys, because yes, once again, one of my favorite promotions will also be down at the BEC Arena. Yes, guys, who am I talking about? None other than Progress, who will be giving us For the Love of Progress 4. Now, this is, if you're a wrestling fan, if you're a Brit Wrest fan, you know it's something to be tuned in for. So far, there are 2 matches, and both matches have me excited as hell, because we are talking about another qualifier for the first ever Super Strong Style 16s female tournament, and that sees international star Shotzi Blackheart take on Lana Austin. Now, Shotzi is also in attendance for the Love of Wrestling the whole weekend, because she is part of the panel of the For the Love of Wrestling crew. And then, guys, a tag team match for the ages, in the ages. I'm losing my sentences here because of how excited I am, because we are talking about some of Europe's best taking on each other for the very first time ever, and I am so excited that I'm going to be in attendance for this. We are talking about none other than Sanity, Big Damo, and Axel Teacher taking on the Young Guns, Luke Jacobs and Ethan Allen. These guys are going to tear the house down, because these are some heavy hitters, and I am so there will be a prediction show for that when the card is built. But again, look, we are, as I'm recording this would be a month to the day of the Sunday of the show. But we have to get it out now, because I want everybody to be able to attend Europe's largest wrestling convention, and something that has now become an annual staple in my diary. I literally sit there waiting for Monopoly Events to announce the date so I can book the date off with my workplace straight away. They know, do not look for AJ in a weekend in Feb, because he's going for it. Last year was Valentine's Day weekend. For the Love of Wrestling got my love that weekend. So that's what it's all about. Now, I've mentioned RVD. I've mentioned For the Love of Progress 4, which is going to be big. We have a qualifier. We have Lana Austin. We have Shotzi Blackheart. We have the Young Guns taking on Sanity, guys. Don't make me stress it. If you're not familiar with some of these UK stars, get yourself down there. And I would say, if you can't make it down to Manchester, be sure to check out Hooked on Wrestling TV, because they will be able to stream those matches and you will be in for a treat. But yes, as I said, that is what I call night one of For the Love of Wrestling. So you've got night one, then you've got the whole day, and then you've got the early show, which is the Sunday, which gives you a chance to get it all. But look, it's so packed. I'm there for 3 days. I'm inside the BC. I leave to sleep. I come right back in. Right. So I've talked about RVD. I've talked about Shotzi. Let's talk the lineup. Now, I'm going to put it out there that we were, as I mentioned, Eric Bischoff was going to be there. Jay Lethal was going to be there. Matt Cardano was going to be there. Eric, beyond For the Love of Wrestling's control, Eric has some personal stuff to deal with. There were work commitments for Jay Lethal, and Matt Cardona, woo. You knew it. He's back in WWE. But For the Love of Wrestling did not disappoint. They went and found some absolutely amazing additional names. I'm not going to say replacements. I'm going to say additional names, because, as I said, it was such a heavy card. And I guarantee you guys, from since, I believe, March or April last year, I've just been texting Nico, like, bro, look who's here. Bro, look who's here. Look who's here. Now, look at this official confirmed lineup, which is going to be absolutely insane. Bear with me 1 second. I'm going to have to take a deep breath to be able to announce all of these names. On Saturday only, we have Kurt Angle and Soraya Bevis, aka Soraya, aka Paige. And then the man himself is going to be here all weekend. Everyone from now, guys, will be here throughout the weekend. Mr. Rob Van Dam, who'll be giving us the Extreme Night on Friday. Billy Gunn. Oh my days, one half of the New Age Outlaws. Oh, you didn't know. I don't know if I'm going to do a New Age Outlaws pose, a DX pose, or an acclaimed pose with this man. We have the best commentary duo I can ever imagine. Jerry the King Lawler and Jim Ross down there. Former AEW champion, current AEW stars, Swerve Strickland, Darby Allin, Samoa Joe, Orange Cassidy, Bobby Lashley. Guys, I have to take a breath on this one. This man held the Ring of Honor tag and trios title at the same time. He is a legend of legends. He has featured himself in WCW, AEW, WWE. Whether you want to call him Gold Dust, we're not going to mention that number because we all know that wasn't the best thing. Legendary, second generation superstar, Dustin Rhodes, aka Gold Dust, will be in attendance. Dustin is currently on the injured list, so having him down is going to be something absolutely amazing. This one, guys, little AJ is all over the place, cannot contain his excitement. Big Sexy, Big Daddy Cool Diesel, aka Kevin Nash, a member of the clique, is in his house, and I am going to lose my crap. Talking big men, the Great Khali, keeping it extreme, the Sandman, Brutus the Barber Beefcake, Marty Jannetty, one half of the Bushwhackers, Luke Williams, Scarlett Bordeaux, and Karrion Kross, Shotzi Blackheart, who I mentioned already, Melina, Christy Hemme, The Inspiration, Jesse and Cassie, both in the house, TNA legend, Frankie Kazarian, Wrestling Journalist Supreme, Bill Apter, Referee of Referees, Earl Hebner, ECW legend, the Blue Meanie, Scotland's, I was going to say biggest import, but we currently have a WWE champion, but Scotland's favourite love child, Grado, and international star, Wrestling Supremo, Doug Williams is also going to be there, guys. As well as that, we have the daughter of the Dynamite Kid, who will be down there on having a display and talking about his documentary. Talking Doug Williams, we will see first-time footage of his documentary, My Fight. Guys, this is going to be an absolutely amazing night. I am pumped. Now, talking about this, it's not just the panel. That is an amazing panel. It's the meet and greets are amazing. The wrestling that happens on the Friday night and the Saturday night, which I will come to, amazing. It's the props such as this, the old school WCW sign. If you followed old school Nitro, you know what this sign means. There is a picture of me and Nico out there somewhere. I will try and find it, or we will try and recreate it this year. As well as that, if you are a WWE fan, you are familiar with the King of the Ring throne. So yeah, you know the King AJ is going to be there. It may or may not lead to our prediction show. I'm not winning, so it's not going to lead to that. I will not be the king of that. Guys, the never seen 17 champion, the last real champion, John Cena. We have the You Can't See Me sign, which will be in attendance. Guys, for the first time last year, Jake the Snake Pit was there. Absolutely amazing. How great was it? There you go. I had to take a picture down in the Snake Pit. It meant a lot. Here we go, guys. Another thing that's out there is the Undertaker UK. Taker UK. There's like a whole funeral parlor where you could take pictures. And it's called The Last Ride this year because Taker UK will be hanging it up this year. And I tell you what, I am not joking. It is worth the price of admission. There you see. I'm not one to want to be in a coffin before the time has to be, but I've seen many a casket match, many a coffin match in my time. Oh my God, I just thought we have Darby Allin, Mr. Coffin Drop, and coffins. I'm scared and I shudder to think what may happen at that. Again, Ruthless Aggression, Attitude Era fans, your time is now. The SmackDown stage. Yes, the legendary Fist will be in attendance, guys. Last year had the Nitro stage. The year before that had the Raw stage. The SmackDown stage, I cannot believe it is going to be there. Absolutely pumped for that. And do you know what makes it even better? The old school Raw announcement desk. Who do you have an opportunity to take a picture with? None other than the legendary duo of the King and JR. Now, guys, if you're familiar with the UK wrestling scene, you must be aware of an up-and-coming promotion called Burning Heart. And I'm breaking it down a bit because their commentary team was none other than your boys, Nico and AJ. Now, guys, can you imagine the Raw desk, the King and JR, and your boys Nico and AJ all down there as a commentary team? You know what? I'm gonna have to get rid of that because I had to show their face. I am pumped for this. The wealth of knowledge from those two guys, listening to those guys over the years and being there with one of my boys, one of my closest boys, my brother in arms, the one that is Double V. Absolutely pumped. But let's keep it flowing. You don't need to see my mug when there's so much more to go. Now, guys, if you're familiar with me, you'll be very aware that my favorite superstar is HBK Shawn Michaels. Now, before Shawn Michaels became HBK, he was one half of the Rockers, and the split of the Rockers took place in the barbershop. So you know the birth of HBK had to be celebrated by myself. There I am. I'm not doing the pose as good as Shawn does, but it is what it is. And that, guys, was a great moment. But what can make the barbershop even greater? You heard me mention two of the panelists, guys. So let's not be shocked at the very prospect of, you guessed it, yes, guys, the barbershop duo. There is a chance to take a picture with the barbershop duo in the barbershop. It may just be done. It just may be done. On top of that, there is a chance for a ring opportunity with referee Earl Hebner. You've got the announce desk. There are so many great stuff out there, guys. As well as the individual pictures, as well as the barbershop duo, as well as the King and JR. There are some other duos out there. Can I mention the Chamber of Horrors? Yes, you can get the inspiration. You can get Carrion and Scarlet, but the Chamber of Horrors, Shotzi Blackheart and Scarlet there, Scarlet Bordeaux, available for pictures. Guys, it's not only duos, there are trios. Yes, ECW Originals, the Sandman, Rob Van Dam, and the Blue Meanie. Guys, last year there was an ECW Originals picture. And again, talking about why these moments are so special, I just want to take a short moment here to say RIP to the legend that is the homicidal, suicidal, genocidal, death-defying Sabu, who was in attendance last year and has sadly left us last year as well. So this is what it is to... I'm going to bring it back to me here for a second. This is why these moments are so important. You never know when you have your last chance to say thank you to some of the people that meant so much to you in the past. I always say it that Scott Hall was another very, very important name to me. The click all the way, guys. Let's you can see the t-shirts. I say it all the time. Scott Hall, an opportunity to have met him came up very close to my home. Certain things got in the way and I didn't go. Scott Hall passed away. And I always said my mission now is to meet these people, thank these people for all that they've done for us. So that's why 2024 saw me down in Manchester to say thank you to Sean Waltman. Last year I was down there, said thank you to so many stars, the APA, the Nation, Jake the Snake, Lex Luger, Sting. And I'm not saying that against any other people. So many I missed out on. Dana Brooke, aka Ash by Elegance. There were so many people. It was an amazing night. And again, having lost Sabu, we had a very brief interaction with Sabu. Great guy. Mick Foley. How can I forget Mick Foley? Three Faces of Foley. Great moments that occurred last year. And yeah, I'm not saying it to pull on heartstrings, but if you do want to show your appreciation to these stars, guys, do it while you can. And I'm not wishing anything on anyone here, but no one is around forever. Take the opportunities to say thank you while you can, or just meet them, guys. We don't have to make it dark. Just come up there and say thank you. You're a legend. Long live you. Now, guys, once day one of For the Love of Wrestling is done, it's time for the after party, baby. Now, what is included in the after party? Before we get into all the party and stuff, there's more wrestling. It's called For the Love of Wrestling. You think they're only going to give you wrestling on one night? No, there's 2 nights of wrestling. And this is all thanks to Future Shock Wrestling. Future Shock Wrestling breaks convention once again, guys. And look at some of the matches that's in there. You've got the Invitational Rumble. Now, I'm not going to pretend I know all the names here. However, I will say Tony Wright, a man I've had the pleasure of working with. The Bushwhacker himself is there. Grado's there. Scott Oberman's there. Big T is there. Then we have Team Molina versus Team Hemi. We have Team RVD versus Team Sandman. Now, that feels like it's going to be extreme. I'm going to have to remove the picture one more time because I need to stress what this means. The Inspiration versus Lali. Are you ready for some comedy wrestling, people? This is going to be all kinds of greatness. Lali are taking on former, and when I say former, I'm talking just a week ago, Knockouts champions. This is going to be one heck of an amazing match. I'm holding on to my stomach already, picturing what's going to go on there. But that's another great moment. Again, I'm going to show my face one more time. Billy Gunn, a man I grew up on. Oh, you didn't know. Billy Gunn will be in a match against Troy Ryan. That's going to be an absolutely amazing one. Now, guys, the Invitational Royal Rumble, or Invitational Rumble, don't want to get done for copyright, will have a winner who gets to take on the For the Love of Wrestling champion, who is currently Sam Bailey. He done an amazing match against the former Jinder Mahal last year, and he came out on top. He was your champion. Now, here we go. Sam's going to be in the match. The winner of the Rumble is going to be in the match, and they take on former just by last week. If you know your TNA, you know your TNA. By the way, just want to put a shout out to them. Yeah, I'm so pumped to meet Kaz at Impact. When I was there for the UK tour, I missed out on the opportunity to meet Kaz. I'm not doing that twice. I just kept seeing him like, I should have met you, man. I should have met you. I am pumped at the idea of meeting Frankie Kazarian, the former, and I mean by that, former TNA champion. So it's going to be For the Love of Wrestling champ, former TNA champ, and the winner of the Invitational Rumble, all in a triple threat match to crown the new champion. Will we have a reigning defending champion by the end of it? Who knows? There's only one way to find out, and it's not by my review. It's by being down at the BEC, people. Get yourself down to the BEC because it's going to be an absolutely amazing night. But the night doesn't stop there. There is a cosplay competition. Now, talking cosplay, guys, I have to mention this young lady's name because each time I see her, I take a double take. And I'm talking about none other than Sarah China Page. I believe she might be one of the judges for the cosplay competition that takes place. Now, not only will this lady have taken place in a match on the Friday night against Shotzi Blackheart, not only will she be in a tag match against The Inspiration on Saturday. Following that match, we have Lana Oki with, yes, guys, you see it, the one and only Lana Austin. I don't know what more you need from me, guys, to tell you that a weekend entry into this show, without even buying a single meet and greet, you can see some of the props that are out there. Guess what? Not a penny charge to take a picture in front of some of the most iconic moments in wrestling. SmackDown Fist announce table. Aside from the moment when King and JR are there, just take a picture at the announce table. Create your own entrance under the SmackDown Fist, people. Chances to be in the snake pit, King of the Ring, the You Can't See Me sign. Never seen 17 and you're celebrating it in 2026. He don't wrestle in 2026. Take the opportunity to come down there. And apart from all the props, and I've done this, last year was very important. I walked away from my pictures and my autographs, but I have a seat right there, as close as I can be to the ring. And that panel, do you know what? I'm not doing it justice. I'm gonna read it out one more time. Kurt Angle, Saraya, Rob Van Dam, Billy Gunn, Jerry the King Lawler, Jim Ross, Swerve Strickland, Darby Allin, Samoa Joe, Orange Cassidy, Bobby Lashley. He hurts people. The legend that is Dustin Rhodes. The legend that is Kevin Nash. The 7-foot monster that is the Great Khali. The EC Dub, original, the Sandman. The WWF legends that are Brutus Beefcake, Marty Jannetty, Luke Williams. GCW star, former WWE stars. Karrion Kross, Scarlett Bordeaux, Shotzi Blackheart, Melina, Christy Hemme, current TNA stars. Well, the contracts have you having it, but The Inspiration, definite current TNA star, Frankie Kazarian, legendary writer, Bill Apter, legendary referee, Earl Hebner, Blue Meanie, Grado, Doug Williams. Guys, most of these names I've just read out for the second time will be in the ring, being interviewed by the For the Love of Wrestling hosts. And you can get that for the price of admission, not an extra penny. The stories. Last year I heard Shane Douglas say some stuff. As I said, I'm going to do it again, guys, because I'm not doing it justice. The Nation gave me one of the biggest moments of chills in my life. That was for free. I paid my entry. I heard these stories from 4 different men at one time. You can put your hand up and ask a question to your favorite wrestlers from the past or current for free. Just pay the price of admission, guys. Look, there's no fake hype in this. I close a lot of shows by saying, you like wrestling, we like wrestling, so let's talk wrestling. Why would you not want to talk wrestling with a wrestler, with a wrestling commentator, with a wrestling journalist, with a wrestling referee? Don't talk to me, talk to them. This is what I'm saying. I'm driving it home with passion here because this is my 3rd year. I think this is the 6th year of For the Love of Wrestling. I've missed some great shows along the way, but I am ever so pumped for this year. We've been talking about it all year, been putting money in the savings all year for this. I'm just shy of a platinum. I may still make it if it's still available. But this is what I'm saying, guys. Whether it's just for the meet and greets, whether it's to meet just one star, whether it's to sit down and hear that entire panel that I just read, I'm not going to do it a 3rd time. whether it's for the after party. There is so much involved in For the Love of Wrestling in this. Call it 2 days because there's an evening, there's a day, join those together, plus the full day that is the Saturday. There is a lot to appreciate and a lot to take in. Come down just for the Saturday. Squeeze it all in if you have to. But don't miss it, because to miss is to diss. And you're not dissing Monopoly events. You're not dissing For the Love of Wrestling. You're not dissing Future Shock or Progress. You're not dissing me. You're dissing yourself if you don't make it down. Guys, I promise you, you will not be disappointed. I told Nico, join me, bro. Join me. He done it for Sting. He's back this year. I didn't have to convince him of nothing. He was ready to join. That is what For the Love of Wrestling is all about. Now, guys, all I can tell you now, because I'm about to sign out, that if I haven't convinced you after 28 minutes, I failed. And you failed yourself, not me. Anyway, enough of the disses. All I'm going to say is check the links below. It will have links to the tickets. It will have links to For the Love of Wrestling. It's going to be an absolutely amazing weekend. If you do see me in this t-shirt, that t-shirt, or the red and black, or the hoodie that I also have, throw it up. Say, AJ, thank you. Because of you, I'm here. Or AJ, I knew about this, bro. Why are you talking? Either way, it doesn't matter. I'm looking forward to seeing you all down at For the Love of Wrestling. I'm also going to post the link to the video that Nick made for us last year, which is a bit of a vlog, not your traditional video from the ministry. Just saying, is it worth it? Hell yeah, it's worth it. You're gonna get a bit of everything. I'm also going to post my video from last year where I interviewed James, one of the organizers for the Love of Wrestling, because that was awesome as well. All the links are going to be down there, guys. Please, whether you do attend it, whether you don't, if you do attend it on a regular, or if you're thinking about attending it, do hit us up and let us know what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe on X at MOW News, Ministry of Wrestling on absolutely all other social medias. But until the next time, I am very much hoping to see you there, guys. Just under a month away. Manchester BEC Arena. I live in London, guys. I'm jumping on that train. That's what it's worth. And I've met people from around Europe who make it down. It's not just me. People from Japan have made it down. Again, last year, Japan, we had Sonny Ono, Tajiri, the Great Muta. Amazing moments. So, guys, for one last time, I'm going to ask you, please make your way down there. You don't even have to hit me up, but do it if you're a wrestling fan. Again, got to sign out now because it's hit half an hour. The one AJ representing the Ministry of Wrestling, hoping to see you down at BEC For the Love of Wrestling. I am out. See ya.